Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Global Times USA. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos because today we are going to cover a story that has shaken the entire world. Russia has launched one of its largest attacks on Ukraine since the start of the war, striking multiple cities with missiles and drones. Kyiv, Odesa, Lviv, Kharkiv, and other regions have witnessed explosions, fires, and waves of destruction. This is not just another update, it's a crucial escalation in the ongoing conflict that continues to affect millions of lives, global security, and even the future of Europe. In this review and explanation, we will break down the events in detail using a style that helps us understand the exterior, the big picture of the attack, the interior, meaning the lives and stories within Ukraine, the performance of Russia's military tactics, the safety features, representing how Ukraine is defending itself and what the international community is doing, the unique selling points, or unique aspects that make this attack significant, the price, meaning the cost of war in lives, economy, and geopolitics, and finally, we'll conclude with an analysis of what all this means going forward. The exterior of this situation is what the world can see from outside. Russia's attack was not just a limited strike on military positions, but a wide-scale assault that appeared designed to send a message. Dozens of missiles were launched, many of them cruise missiles, and alongside that came swarms of Iranian-made Shah drones. The skies above Kyiv lit up during the night with air defense systems firing to intercept the incoming threats. Residents reported hearing constant explosions as air sirens wailed across the capital. This exterior perspective shows us a war that has escalated in both frequency and intensity. For Ukraine, the damage was not only to military targets, but also to civilian infrastructure, apartment buildings, power plants, and hospitals. The scale of the attack is massive, making it one of the most devastating nights since Russia began its invasion in February 2022. When looking at the exterior, what we see is a deliberate attempt to break the spirit of Ukraine by striking both its people and its critical facilities, showing the world that Russia still has the capacity to launch coordinated long-range operations. The interior of the story is where the true emotional weight lies. Inside Ukraine, the scenes are heartbreaking and deeply human. In Kyiv, families rushed to bomb shelters, children clung to their parents, and many spent the night underground in subway stations as explosions thundered above. In Odesa, apartment blocks were hit, and entire families lost their homes within minutes. Hospitals struggled to deal with the sudden wave of casualties, and emergency crews worked tirelessly to rescue people trapped under rubble. Imagine the fear of a child hearing a missile explode near their home, or the exhaustion of doctors who have been on duty for days without rest. The interior reveals not just statistics, but the lives behind those numbers. The elderly, who cannot run to shelters fast enough, the parents trying to shield their children, and the ordinary workers who woke up to find their neighborhoods destroyed. Beyond physical suffering, the psychological toll is immense. Living under constant threat, not knowing when the next strike will come. This side of the story is about resilience too. Ukrainians have shown remarkable unity, singing in shelters, helping neighbors, and continuing to fight for their survival as a nation. The interior is long, painful, and full of courage, reminding the world that wars are not fought only by armies but endured by entire populations. When we talk about performance, we shift our attention to how Russia conducted this massive operation. Military analysts note that the attack combined different technologies, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones, in a coordinated effort to overwhelm Ukraine's air defenses. Performance-wise, Russia demonstrated its ability to launch complex, multi-phase strikes, aiming to maximize destruction and confusion. However, Ukraine's air defense systems, supported by Western technology such as the Patriot and NASAMS, managed to intercept a significant portion of the incoming projectiles. According to Ukrainian officials, more than 70% of the missiles and drones were shot down, which shows the performance of Ukraine's defense is improving. But even with high interception rates, The remaining missiles were enough to cause massive damage, proving that no system is perfect. Performance also involves logistics, and Russia's ability to continue launching large-scale attacks raises questions about its weapons stockpile, its production capacity, and how long it can sustain such campaigns. On the other side, Ukraine's performance is equally remarkable, maintaining operational command under fire, coordinating civil defense, and rallying international allies to send more support. The safety features in this context represent the shields and measures Ukraine is using to protect its people. The most visible safety feature is the network of air defense systems provided by NATO and Western partners. Systems like the Patriot missile defense, IRIS-T, and NASAMS have proven critical in reducing casualties. Another safety feature is the preparedness of Ukrainian citizens. Over nearly 3 years of war, people have learned to react quickly to air sirens, shelters have been reinforced, and mobile apps give real-time alerts about incoming threats. Trains stop, schools close, and emergency crews are deployed within minutes. These features save lives every single day. On a larger scale, international safety features come in the form of sanctions on Russia, military aid to Ukraine, and diplomatic pressure. While these do not prevent missiles from flying, they aim to weaken Russia's ability to sustain the war. The safety features are not perfect, but without them, the damage would be unimaginable. Now, let's talk about the unique selling points of this particular attack. What makes it different, and why is it significant? First, the scale. It is one of the largest combined attacks using both missiles and drones since the war began. Second, the timing. It came during winter, when Ukraine's energy infrastructure is most vulnerable, potentially leaving millions without heat or electricity. Third, the symbolism. By striking Kyiv and Odesa, Russia targeted both the political heart and the economic lifeline of Ukraine. Fourth, the use of Iranian drones highlights the international dimension of the war, showing that it's not only Russia versus Ukraine, but a broader conflict where alliances and external suppliers play major roles. These unique points underline that this was not a random strike, but a carefully calculated message from Russia to Ukraine and to the world, that the war is far from over, and that escalation remains a dangerous possibility. The price of this attack is measured not only in money, but in human lives and geopolitical consequences. Dozens of civilians have been reported killed, and many more injured. Families have lost loved ones, homes have been destroyed, and entire neighborhoods lie in ruins. Economically, Ukraine suffers huge losses in infrastructure damage. Power plants, transportation hubs, and factories worth billions of dollars are gone. The war has already cost Ukraine an estimated $500 billion in damages, and each major strike adds to this burden. For Russia, the price is also heavy. Every missile fired costs millions, and the sanctions continue to cripple its economy. Internationally, Russia faces isolation, while Ukraine gains sympathy and further commitments of aid from Western countries. On a global level, the price includes rising energy costs, disrupted food supplies, and political instability that affects everyone. War is never cheap, and in this case, the price is paid not just by the two countries but by the entire world. In conclusion, the attack on Kyiv, Odesa, and other cities marks a critical moment in the ongoing war. The exterior shows us the scale and destruction visible to the world. The interior reminds us of the suffering and resilience of ordinary Ukrainians. The performance reveals both Russia's offensive capability and Ukraine's defensive strength. The safety features highlight the importance of defense systems and citizen preparedness. The unique aspects of this attack demonstrate its calculated nature and wider implications. The price shows us the devastating human, economic, and geopolitical costs. This war continues to reshape Europe and the global order, and what happens in Ukraine affects us all. As the world watches, one truth remains clear: the courage of the Ukrainian people stands as a beacon of resistance, and the international community's response will determine how this conflict evolves. Stay tuned with Global Times USA for continuous updates, and once again, don't forget to subscribe and like my videos to keep supporting our coverage of global events.